The wrong, right person. The list. Emma's notebook was filled with lists. Grocery lists, to-do lists, and most importantly, her perfect man list. 1. Loves literature. 2. Wears glasses. 3. Has a soft spot for old black and white films. 4. Knows how to cook something other than scrambled eggs. 5. Preferably a pianist, or at least plays an instrument. Asterisk. She had been refining this list since college, convinced that if she followed it diligently, she would find the one. Which was why when her best friend Mia dragged her to a rooftop party full of finance brothers and tech entrepreneurs, Emma fully expected to hate everyone there. Then she met Daniel. The meet-cute that shouldn't have been Daniel was, by all accounts, not her type. He worked in venture capital. He didn't own a single book that wasn't related to business or sports. His idea of a perfect Friday night was watching football with friends, not curled up with a Fitzgerald novel. Yet, when he laughed at her sarcastic comment about the terrible party playlist, it wasn't the polite chuckle she was used to. It was a full, unguarded burst of laughter that made his eyes crinkle in a way that was unfairly attractive. When he handed her a drink, their fingers brushed, and Emma felt a jolt of electricity that had no business existing outside of a Jane Austen novel. And when he asked, "So, do you always judge parties this harshly, or am I special?" with that infuriating smirk, she should have rolled her eyes. Instead, she smiled back. The first date disaster, Emma had a rule. First dates had to be aesthetic. Coffee shops with vintage typewriters, quiet bookstores, picnics in the park with a carefully curated playlist. Daniel took her to a sports bar.
How she had planned to hate it.
But then, he ordered her favorite drink without asking, because he'd remembered her mentioning it at the party. He explained football to her with so much genuine enthusiasm that she actually found herself caring about touchdowns. He didn't even blink, just flagged down the waiter for another plate and said, "Guess we'll have to stay longer to finish the new ones." Emma went home that night and stared at her perfect man list like it had personally betrayed her. The realization over the next few weeks, Daniel continued to defy every expectation. He didn't write poetry, but he did send her ridiculous memes that made her laugh until her stomach hurt. He didn't like black and white films, but he sat through 3 hours of Pride and Prejudice just because she loved it. And even admitted Mr. Darcy wasn't totally terrible. And when she got sick with the flu, he showed up at her apartment with a pot of homemade chicken soup. My grandma's recipe. Dante tell her I messed it up and stayed to watch terrible reality TV with her until she fell asleep on his shoulder. One night as she lay in bed, Emma picked up her notebook and stared at the perfect man list. Then slowly she crossed out every item and wrote just one. 1. Daniel. Epilogue. The right person 6 months later. Emma found herself at another rooftop party this time, Daniel's birthday. Mia sidled up to her, smirking. "So, how's Mr. Wrongbutt, right?" Emma glanced across the room where Daniel was animatedly explaining something to a group of friends, his hands waving wildly. He caught her eye and grinned. That same heart-stopping smile that had nothing to do with lists and everything to do with him. She smiled back.